And we are back. Yeah, after a 2-week hiatus and much needed break between work, and I had a lot of things going on and everything, I just decided it was time to take a little bit of a break. So we are back and we are featuring modern tech today. Sort of modern tech. This is a electronic lock, and I was not going to punch my code in there, but you can punch a code in and then get in and out of your front door old school. But one of the cool things is you can rekey this to have a central or a master key to your house if you already have existing lock set locks. And then it's also controlled through a handy dandy app, which I'm pulling up now off camera, that I'm hoping nothing shows up on this that gives anything really away, but yeah, it just tells me the front door is locked, which is kind of funny because it's actually unlocked. Oh, there it goes. It sometimes takes a minute to update depending on my Wi-Fi and what's going on, but if I hit lock, you'll actually probably hear it. Yeah, and it's locked just like that, and I can do that anywhere that I have any type of cell phone signal. If I want to unlock it, I just hit the button, and yeah, there it is. And if you have other types of things going on with these locks, then yeah, very cool. And there's our pup Chewy, which you may have seen her do a few cameos. On the back side, we're just going to do this totally kind of gorilla style, and excuse the lighting, maybe I can turn some more lights on in here. I just kind of came up with this last minute. It does have a manual lock where you can just not have to bother with your phone on the inside. And then in here, there's a little compartment that slides out. That's your battery pack. Holds 4 AA batteries. I've only had to replace them once, and I've had this lock probably now for about 2-3 months. So you get about a month and a half depending on usage. I do have the auto lock function set on this. Well, this thing does not slide. There we go. There. I do have the auto lock function engaged for 5 minutes, so if somebody forgets to lock the door, it auto locks itself for obvious reasons. And let's just, I'm not going to give much of a tour of my house. I really don't like giving stuff away unless it's going to be part of the video or something. And this is the garage area, which there's 2 different locks. I believe that one is the Halo, and then the other one's the Aura. I could have them mixed up, but this one has the same interior thing. The only difference on this one is it is a Bluetooth lock, which means you have to be in proximity of this lock to actually unlock and lock it, which I did not know until I bought it. But the main reason I needed it, and I did want the Bluetooth on it, was because it has this keypad, which, for the record, I actually kind of like this keypad better than the one on the front door. Sometimes it's hard getting that touch display to recognize or light up. So you just punch in your codes and there it is. I mean, it's easy enough, and that one can be rekeyed as well. And on the rest of my doors, I just have regular deadbolts at this point because those locks are not cheap. So let's move on. Yes, I have the garage door opener, which also has its app available online, and I will show that to you right now as I walk around. That I hit the garage door app, but there, yeah, it's that's my current status of my garage door. And let me circle back right now and just show you that I hit the button, and yeah, it does that little warning craziness, like, you know, you're under attack or something, but just to let whoever know the garage door is closing remotely. It doesn't do that when you hit the button either in the car, or if you just hit it normally through, you know, one of your controllers in your car, or on the actual controller on the garage thing. But that's that. Next thing we'll move on to, and that's it for the garage door opener and the locks around the house, is this handy dandy thing. And I like these Phillips Hue things. I realize there's other stuff that's probably just as cheap, where you can put the Levington switches in or whatever. But I like this because I can actually pull it off the wall or just leave it on the wall, and it's very handy if, you know, you want to do whatever. And it does have multiple apps where you can, you know, do that kind of thing. And I also can do the little trick where it is smart connected through the Siri thing through an Apple TV 3 or 4 or whatever. I can say, hey Siri, turn off living room lights. Or maybe not. Hey Siri, turn off living room lights.
Okay, the living room front left light is not responding.
Of course it's not. Hey Siri, turn on living room lights.
Okay.
And if I want to, hey Siri, increase living room lights to maximum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Set all of the living room lights to 1.
And that's just using the hue bulbs, which are located in there, which that was probably super bright. But yeah, again, I'm just shooting this kind of guerrilla style and just showing off some things. And these are the colored ones. You can change the colors for Christmas or whatever. And there's a few different options you have. I mean, I use the Home app, which I can control the lights on there. And I also have, oh, I just remembered a couple other pieces of automation. I'm not going to show the Roomba because I think just about half the planet has those now. You just hit the button and the vacuum activates, and you can set it for rooms. This is an older one. It doesn't really do the map out thing. It just kind of bounces off of stuff till the room's vacuumed, I guess you could say. I'll get to the thermostat and sprinklers in a minute, and we've already covered, obviously, the doors. So, yeah, I can do the Home app, and I do keep the ancient Hue app on there simply because I like some of the functions that the new one just doesn't quite do. And I can change colors and do whatever with this app. And I don't know, it's just easier for me on this one. The other one, it seems like whatever you leave them at is what it turns on as, and I kind of like them like at a preset thing. On most of these LED lights, and one of my biggest points is LED lights, you got to remember, it's like, even though they say they're 60, 75 watt equivalent, it's more like 100 watts now, in my opinion. I only need probably operating mostly at the time when I'm watching movies or just hanging out in the living room is 35%. If I'm doing a video, I will crank it up to 100 just to give better lighting. And I'll probably edit this, but we will move on to the next fun thing, which is the sprinklers. And the sprinkler, and I closed the garage door, so I closed it? Did I close the garage door or did I close it? Let's reopen the garage door again just to get a little more light. I do have manual overhead lights located on all my switches. So here's something I bought, and I got it at a real cheap discount. This is the Orbit box. It's a sprinkler control system. If you live in the south or you live in one of those areas where it's just kind of dry, yeah, you need a sprinkler system. So this is Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled, so you can access it anywhere. It's a little dusty in there just from being in the garage, but I rarely actually have to access this panel, because normally if I'm accessing the panel, did my voice just break there? If I access the panel, then normally I'm going, well, I moved everything around here for production's sake, but and again, I'll probably cut a few of these things out, but here is the sprinklers. Wait for it, wait for it. Yeah, it takes a moment. And there I can control my sprinklers out in the yard from this app. Yeah, it'd be nice to have them all in one thing, but I mean, the cost in trying to get everything into the same whole envelope or compatibility thing, it just wasn't in the cards for me at this point. And the last thing we'll cover on this video on automation, and again, this is just, you know, hanging out, and we're just walking around and checking some stuff out. And let's go back inside here, as Chewy is acting like she did not eat supper, but she did eat supper. So there is the Honeywell, I believe it's the Honeywell thermostat. It is an older one, and it is a little dark in here, so, well, I didn't want to really be on camera tonight, but yeah, there it is. And you can set different colors and stuff on it. It has different modes you can control, but you can also control it via this app, which it doesn't really physically control it from one to the other. It's not like a remote. It's more like you set it and then it sends a signal to it. It's kind of like a relay type thing, and you know, that's that. It's okay. I mean, I know there's Nest and other stuff available, but I mean, again, this stuff was all discount stuff I picked up for this or that, and serves my purpose that I can check on things. And you've seen my pool and hot tub. This is the Aqualink RS4 controller series. Nothing interesting there. This basically controls my pool pump automation. It turns on for 4 hours a day. If I want the spa to heat up, and I can control the heaters over here, and if I keep them on, we don't normally keep them on because you don't really need them in Florida most of the year, just usually in the winter months. My lighting controls, and then if I want to turn on the jet pump, and there is another smaller like puck style controller next to, I said puck, not the other one that starts with another letter. It's a puck that's like a little round thing that has 4 buttons on it, but that thing's all messed up, and whatever, and they want like 200 or 300. So I'm thinking about just getting the Wi-Fi extender to this and just use my phone for now on, because that thing's been a pain since the day I got this place. And we didn't even really want a pool. It was just kind of one of those things that it was here, so it is what it is. But that is it for now on IJDM. Lots of more fun stuff coming up over the next few weeks. So be sure to subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.